When we put God first, we watch miracles happen. If you don't know me, I'm Lisa Taylor, and I help people find clarity, consistency, and confidence around following the law of God good in their lives. And I want to tell you a story. I was working in corporate. I'd been working in corporate almost 20 years at this point at this one particular place. And I was in a kind of in an argument with God, like, do I quit my job and work as a spiritual practitioner and pray for people full time, or do I stay in the security of this job? Like I have a salary and a 401k and I have vacation and like all the things, right? Which looks like security to the outside. So I was in this battle with God, like back and forth for a couple of years, but really intensely for a couple of months. And I finally got to the place where I really, in my heart of hearts, put God first. And I was on my knees on the floor. And I was like, God, I'm here to serve you. Use me. Like, what do you want me to do? Do I quit my job? Do I stay? What do I do? And I heard a very clear voice. You work for me. And it was kind of like that. It was like very strong and pointed. You work for me. And it sounded very masculine to me. So anyway, it's kind of like, it sounded a little bit like what I would imagine a mafia don sounds like, though, that I don't want to ascribe that to God, but that was kind of where my comedy brain went. You work for me. And I was like a bit snotty in my response. I was like, okay, fine, God, you work it out. Like, fine. Okay, you work it out. The next day, the next day, I am called into my boss's office. This was over Zoom because I was working remotely. Called into my boss's office, and he says, we've been thinking about restructuring a few things, and the position that you hold right now is actually going to be phased out in about 3 weeks. It was like, I wanted a clear answer. There I go, clear answer. And I had this big smile on my face, and my boss is going like, why are you happy about this? It's like, well, because I asked God yesterday. And so I was like, that was the end of the corporate. I dove right into working full time for God. It's like, I work for God. This is what I do. I pray for people 100% of the time. And I put little videos like this out there to like help people understand that God's law, when you put God first, you will see miracles happen. And I've seen it over and over and over in my life. So many stories. And I talk with people about God every day. I do something called Morning Metaphys every morning, where I just sit and I listen. I do my preparation for the day because I'm a huge fan of a daily practice, daily spiritual practice, learning, like leaning on God, putting God first every day, and then letting the day unfold. So I do my daily spiritual practice. I sit and everybody kind of shows up on Zoom and I listen. It's like, okay, God, what do you want me to say? And I just let it flow. And it really, truly is me getting out of the way. So I'm really good at getting myself out of the way. that's basically it. I get away and let God. So that's Morning Metaphys. And if you haven't, I mean, I think a lot of you listening probably are already in there, but if you have not tried it, definitely go to my website, lisataylorcs.com. It's also thischoicematters.co. Like both places go to the same website. And there's a button in the upper right, like try a week free of Morning Metaphys, like get your 1 week free. So check it out. So go to the website and you can see kind of all the different things I'm doing. You can also, and I don't want to confuse you with too many places to go, but you can also go to, if you just want to see the free week, try the free week, just go to getfreesupport.com. And that gets you just to the page that's sign up for the free week. So you can do that. So just to let you know kind of little things. And I just love God. And when you put God first, like everything works out. Everything works out. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. From the King, I love the King James Version. So I talk in kind of old biblical language. Seek ye first. Seek God first and watch the miracles happen in your life. And I promise you, your life will be better. You will start to live the life that you were meant to live. And you will experience the health and the wealth and all the goodness, and all the relationships are better. Like everything is better when you put God first. This is not a new idea. You guys know this, but I'm just really excited to share it and share this out. If you know anybody who just might need a little bit of a boost, share this. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to reach more people with this message because it is so important to hear from people whose lives have been changed by putting God first and putting God at the center of our life, that this is very practical. This isn't like airy-fairy, like spiritual woo-woo. This is like the law of God, very practical. Put God first and your life will change. Like you will see miracles, which are the normal, natural law of God operating. That's what a miracle is. It's like, that's normal. Miracles are normal when we put God first. That's the norm. It's not this weird kind of like, oh, no, that's the norm. It like things work out. All right, I could go on. So lots of love. Share this out. Let me know where you're watching from, because people from here are all over the world, and it's like, you're my friends. Like I live on an island. There's nobody around. So you guys are actually my friends. And I really appreciate that you're here and you're watching, and that you share feedback in the comments. And if you don't know my email for any reason, you can know my email, and you can also know my phone number. And those are listed here and they're listed on the website. So feel free to reach out to me. You can always contact me through the website, lisataylorcs.com. There's a little contact tab. You can always like send me a little email through there and we can talk if you need support. All right.